Hello friends, today we are going to understand the basics of development of sociology. So we are starting from the origins of sociology. It is to be noted that the three major social changes during the 17th and 18th centuries are important to the development of sociology. The rise of a factory-based industrial economy. The emergence of great cities in Europe. Political changes, including a rising concern with individual liberty and rights. The French Revolution symbolized this dramatic break with political and social tradition. Origins of sociology. New awareness of society. Huge factories, exploding cities, a new spirit of individualism. These changes combine to make people aware of their surroundings. Here the new discipline of sociology emerged in England, France and Germany, where the changes were greatest. Founders of sociology. Auguste Comte coined the word of sociology in 1838. Émile Durkheim. Karl Marx. Max Weber. Auguste Comte, 1798–1857. Believed that the major goal of sociology was to understand society as it actually operates. Comte favored positivism, a way of understanding based on science. Comte saw sociology as the product of a three-stage historical development. 1. The theological stage, in which thought was guided by religion. 2. The metaphysical stage, a transitional phase. 3. The scientific stage. Émile Durkheim, 1858–1917. Influential French sociologist, educator, and public official. Concept of social facts, the social structures and cultural norms and values that are external to, and coercive of, actors. Examples include religious beliefs, language, signs, moral obligations, social convention. Division of labor/solidarity examined how social order was maintained in different types of societies. Defined as the bond between all individuals within a society. Émile Durkheim says that there are two types of solidarity. 1. Mechanical solidarity. Traditional societies are united by social similarities, no division of labor. 2. Organic solidarity. Modern societies are united by interdependence, specialized labor, anomie. Increasing division of labor can lead to rapid social change in society, loss of social norms, and produces many social problems. Karl Marx, 1818–1883. He is a German philosopher, writer, political economist and social critic. Personally involved in social change. Believed social scientists should help to improve society. Theory of capitalism. O class inequality, struggle between owners and workers. O capitalist owners will oppress ordinary people, eventually, people become alienated. People lose control over their lives. O revolution in the form of communism, which would create a classless society and, therefore, would be the final and permanent state of society. Max Weber, 1864–1920. He is a German scholar who studied wide variety of topics. Like other peers, he studied the impact of industrialization on people's lives. Support for value-free studies and objective research. Rationalization. It is the process of reason and practicality. Traditional societies emphasize emotion and personal ties. Modern societies emphasize calculation, efficiency, self-control. Personal ties decline and people become disenchanted. Iron cage. Social order is so organized and rational that trap people inside an invisible prison. Comparison of Marx, Durkheim, and Weber concepts. How is life treating you? Marx's alienated person says, I really don't care, because I'm detached from my work and from other people. Durkheim's anomic person, I'm distressed by it, because there are no common rules or norms to guide me. Weber's rational person, let me think about it, and I'll get back to you later. because I need to make some calculations before I know how to answer. Other important founders of sociology. Harriet Martineau, feminist and methodologist who studied social life in Britain and US, translated Comte. Studied the impact of inequality. Herbert Spencer, social Darwinism, an evolutionary model of society, known for social Darwinism but thought that attempts at social reform were wrong. American sociology. In the United States, sociology and the modern university system rose together. Early American sociology was optimistic, forward-looking, and rooted in a belief in progress, the value of individual freedom and welfare. An exception to such optimism is the work of W.E.B. Du Bois, who took sociology out of the ivory tower and focused on investigative fieldwork. Contributions of considerable significance to sociology were also made by sociologists at the University of Chicago, where the first department of sociology in the United States was established in 1892. Dominated sociology for the first half of the 20th century. Noted for study of urban problems and cities. Early American sociologists. W.E.B. Du Bois, 1868–1963, 1. Combined emphasis on analysis of everyday lived experience with commitment to investigating power and inequality based on race, American versus African American. 2. Revealed social processes that contributed to maintenance of racial separation. Ida Wells Barnett, 1862–1931, 1. An early feminist, who argued that societies can be judged on whether the principles they claim to believe in match their actions too. Used her analysis of society to resist oppression. Friends, do you know what is theory? A theory is a statement of how and why specific facts are related. The goal of sociological theory is to explain social behavior in the real world. Theories are based on theoretical paradigms, sets of assumptions that guide thinking and research. Sociologists ask two basic questions. 1. What issues should we study? What issues should we study? 2. How should we connect the facts? I call this the plotting or outlining of how you want to tell the story of society. In addition to the three perspectives today, there are three ways of using the perspectives to look at social issues. Three major theoretical orientations or paradigms for the study of society. 1. Structural functional paradigm. 2. Social conflict paradigm. 3. Symbolic interaction paradigm. Sociological theories. Now, what is structural functional paradigm? Structural functional paradigm is a framework for building theory that sees society as a complex system whose parts work together to promote solidarity and stability. Asserts that our lives are guided by social structures. Each social structure has social functions for operation of society as a whole. Key figures includes Auguste Comte, Émile Durkheim, Herbert Spencer, and Talcott Parsons and Robert Merton. Parts of a social system work together to maintain a balanced structural functional paradigm. Robert Merton introduced three concepts related to social function. Manifest functions, the recognized and intended consequences of any social pattern. Latent functions, largely unrecognized and unintended consequences. Andorra. Social dysfunctions, undesirable consequences of a social pattern for the operation of society, like crime. The influence of this paradigm has declined in recent decades. It focuses on stability, thereby ignoring inequalities of social class, race, and gender. The social conflict paradigm. Social conflict paradigm is a framework for building theory that sees society as an arena of inequality that generates conflict and change. It is to be noted that most sociologists who favor the conflict paradigm attempt not only to understand society but also to reduce social inequality. And key figures in this tradition include Karl Marx, W. E. B. Du Bois, and Wright Mills. Society is held together by who has power at a moment in time. As power allows some to dominate others. Dominance leads to conflict. Conflict and change are inevitable. Conflict holds society together as new alliances are formed and others fail. Now, what is social conflict paradigm? This paradigm has developed rapidly in recent years, but has several weaknesses. It ignores social unity based on mutual interdependence and shared values. Since it's explicitly political, so cannot claim scientific objectivity. Like the structural functional paradigm, it envisions society in terms of broad abstractions. Now, what is the symbolic interaction paradigm? The symbolic interaction paradigm is a framework for building theory that sees society as the product of the everyday interactions of individuals. Individuals construct the nature of social world through social interaction. Humans communicate based on perception and interpretation of symbols. The structural functional and the social conflict paradigms share a macro-level orientation, focus on broad social structures that shape society as a whole, while symbolic interactionism has a micro-level orientation, focuses on patterns of social interaction in specific settings. Key figures are George Herbert Mead, Irving Goffman, George Homans, Peter Blau. Symbolic interaction paradigm. Symbolic interactionism attempts to explain more clearly how individuals actually experience society. However, it has two weaknesses. Its micro-orientation sometimes results in the error of ignoring the influence of larger social structures by emphasizing what is unique. It risks overlooking the effects of culture, class, gender, and race. Comparison of three theoretical paradigms. Functionalism, conflict theory and symbolic interaction. 1. Functionalism sees society as a system of parts that work together to maintain the cohesion of whole system. 2. Conflict theory sees society as a collection of parts held together by social power. And 3. Symbolic interaction sees society as socially constructed by everyday encounters between people. Friends, now we will talk about contemporary ways of applying sociological paradigms. There are 3 ways. 1. Critical theory. 2. Feminism. 3. Postmodernism. 1. Critical theory, which grew out of a dissatisfaction with 20th century sociology in general and Marxism in particular. 2. Feminism, intellectual movement in the humanities and social sciences that is having a profound impact on the nature and direction of sociology. 3. Postmodernism, which expresses a deep distrust of science and the principle of objectivity. Today's leading theorists are Talcott Parsons, Robert Merton, C. Wright Mills, Paul Lazarsfeld. Applying paradigms of sociology to sports. The functions of sports. A structural functional approach directs attention to the ways sports help society to operate. Sports and conflict. A social conflict analysis points out that sports are closely linked to social inequality. Sports as process of interaction. The symbolic interaction paradigm sees sports less as a system than as an ongoing. That was all from this video. Friends, if you found this lecture useful, then give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe my channel and share this useful lesson with your friends. I will be there in next video. Till then, you have to take many care of yourself.